Hi guys. So this video is going to be like an overview of everything that's happened in the last few months leading up to what the title says. Basically, April is going to be having surgery this coming Wednesday. She is having her tonsils removed, her adenoids removed, and having grommets put in her ears. So it's been kind of a long-winded process to get this done. About 6 months?
Yeah.
6 months in total of us trying to figure out what was going on and culminating in this surgery.
We're brushing her teeth one night and I just noticed her tonsils look big. And then I got Lauren to check and we're like, oh, that's strange. And then we took her to the doctor and that was the start of the process.
Yeah, so basically her tonsils were big, but there was no sign of infection, or they weren't really even that red. So the doctor actually initially said that she had viral tonsillitis and told us to kind of keep an eye on it. But my gut feeling and Ray's gut feeling as well, in like, I think we waited about a week or less than a week and it just wasn't changing at all. We started to panic a little bit because we didn't know what it meant. We thought maybe they would be swollen and keep swelling to the point of like completely blocking her airway.
Because I had like a quincy, which is like that, got so big I couldn't swallow.
It's an abscess on your tonsils.
Abscess on my tonsils, yeah.
And we did notice things like her voice was changing, so she was becoming very like frog in the throat kind of sounding.
And she was
snoring really, really loudly and mouth breathing. And she was choking on water and coughing and spluttering on water and food. There were some foods that she even just started completely avoiding, like very citrusy or that type of fruits. We thought it was because she had a sore throat, but now looking back on it, it might be because she couldn't digest it properly or swallow it properly. So I went back to the GP and I just said, I'm not really happy with how it's going. I don't think it's a viral thing. Can I get a referral? And they gave me a referral to see an ENT. At this point, I just want to say it was actually just one tonsil that we noticed. We didn't see the other one at this point. We only saw one side that was really, really big and the other side didn't look that bad. That's why I was freaking out even more, because the GP freaked us out, remember? By saying, the GP actually told us. She sat us down, she had a look at her, and she was very thorough, which is good. But she also said, oh, it's very, very rare for it to be cancer. She actually said the word cancer to parents of a toddler. Why would you do that? Of course I'd already Googled it and seen that anyway, but you don't say that. You don't say that word unless it is that thing, like. Anyway, we got the referral for the specialist, an ENT doctor, and I went to see him and he noticed that it was both tonsils. It wasn't just the one, it was two. The other one that was swollen was actually a bit further down, so the way they were swelling was one was swelling like up and around and the other one was swelling up and down. So they were kind of doing this thing. They were definitely touching her uvula in the middle, and the words he used were, they're not record breaking, but they are quite large. He booked us in to actually have a sleep test done, and he also put us on the waiting list for removal just because he knows how long it can take and he just wanted to get our name through the door, basically. The reason it takes so long is because we are on a public health system here in Australia, which means that we can actually have surgeries and procedures for free, mostly free of charge, but we have to be on a waiting list if they're not emergent, which is fantastic, but it's just hard for parents to be like witnessing their child struggling with something and waiting. Those few weeks waiting for the sleep test was actually pretty nerve-wracking for me because she actually developed an illness. She got sick. We are currently driving April to the doctor's. She's passed out now in the back. The sore throat that she had this morning got worse. She's actually starting to refuse food and water. I rang the ENT that I saw yesterday. One of the things they told us to look out for was possible fevers or her refusing food and water, because that's when it starts to get a bit bad and she might need antibiotics. Even though it doesn't look infected, she might have an infection. She's starting to get a fever, so I'm going to bring her in to get some antibiotics and then we'll see if the doctor thinks she's doing okay or what he recommends. But I'm actually tempted just to take her into hospital because we could be waiting for up to 3+ months to get these tonsils out, and I'm not really keen on waiting that long if she's going to keep getting this sick, because I don't like seeing her this sick. And I didn't know whether that was related to the tonsils or it was something else. I was very worried that she was actually even choking. I didn't know if that was possible, but that was something that came in my brain. And it turns out that she had a virus, and then she did actually get given antibiotics for her tonsils because they were looking a bit red and inflamed, and just because of the size of them, they gave us antibiotics. So she went on them for like 2 weeks. She was on them. But yeah, that was pretty stressful, knowing that she has this underlying issue. I was at the doctor's quite a few times with her just to make sure nothing was getting too bad, and I was on alert a few times to go to hospital just in case. We finally got the sleep test, or the sleep consultant, to see us, and he actually ordered a oxygen test, which is not a full sleep study. He said if we can see if she's got sleep apnea through this oxygen test, then we don't have to do the sleep study, because the sleep study can be pretty invasive for kids. It's a lot for an adult to handle, let alone a kid. So they try to avoid it.
It's like the heart monitor.
It's like a heart monitor, but they put it on, well, we put it on her toe, and then she sleeps with it, and it monitors her oxygen level overnight. Exact words they used for me were, they don't really pick up mild or moderate cases of sleep apnea with this test. It's only really the severe cases that they pick up. And if it was severe, they would call me within the same day of me dropping it back at the hospital. I got a call like a couple of hours after dropping it off, and they were like, yeah, so it's pretty severe. We should probably get her in to see a specialist and get this surgery going. So that was a bit of a shock, because I think we were both kind of thinking, she can't have sleep apnea, we'd know.
Probably when that was mentioned, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. The fact she's like making snoring and going, making those kind of noises, you're like, ah, yeah, that's her waking up and choking.
Yeah, but I think we were both kind of thinking it can't be that bad. Like if it was that bad, we'd know.
Yeah.
She'd be having more signs or something. But anyway, so she's got really bad sleep apnea. So the next process was actually getting her hearing test done, which I'd already done. That was another thing that I did back when I was seeing the GP just for the enlarged tonsil. I actually had her hearing test done anyway, because I noticed that she was not responding or saying what a lot to things.
What heaps.
She was saying what so much. So I got the hearing test done, and even at that stage, before I even knew about the enlarged tonsil thing, I knew that she had some loss of hearing. So I knew that grommets might be an option anyway. I had to have another hearing test done, and they told us that, yeah, she does have fluid in her ears, so grommets would be beneficial. It hasn't affected like her actual hearing, it's just the fluid's so built up that it's blocking her eardrums. So
it's muffled.
Yeah, it's a bit muffled. If we're talking like this, or if we're not talking directly to her or in a different room, that she struggles to kind of understand what you're saying. The ENT explained to me that in like 99% of the cases when kids have enlarged tonsils that are affecting their sleep and their vocal cords and all that stuff, their adenoids are also enlarged, which are little glands in your nasal passageway. They basically serve the same purpose as a tonsil, which is for immune system, to protect your body from illnesses. Basically, they're just full of white blood cells. Unfortunately, they're not being good to her, so we have to get them removed.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were just kind of waiting for a couple of weeks, or a couple of months really, to get the surgery date. And now we do, and it's this week. And it's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's very scary.
Yeah, we're gonna get her a special bear that's for the surgery that she can cuddle and take through the procedure with her. And I do remember having my grommets put in when I was younger. I got given a bear too, and that helped a lot. And she has also watched a video, which is like a information video for little kids on what is going to happen on the day. So I think that's helped her a little bit to kind of know what's going to happen. It's not just like we're going to the hospital and, oh, by the way, you're going to go to sleep. Like, it definitely helps, I think.
She's aware of kind of what's happening.
Yeah. She's a little bit nervous, fair enough, about the falling asleep part. She has told me that a few times now.
Yeah.
But I keep having to tell her, like, one of us will be with you. You're not going to be alone. So they let you come into the procedure and stay with them until they fall asleep, which is scary. Really weird though, because at home, you're like willing for them to fall asleep. You're sitting next to them like, just go to sleep. But I think when someone's forcing them to go to sleep, it's a bit weird. I've never seen anyone go under anaesthetic either.
I don't think I've either.
I haven't even seen anyone like pass out.
Well, I've seen Cooper pass out, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's scary.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's happening. That's what's been happening in our lives the past 6 months that we haven't talked about at all on here, because we were always kind of unsure what was happening. We'll be trying to document the day just to kind of give April something to look back on, I think, because she likes to watch these videos and she gets excited to watch herself on videos, so I think it will be beneficial for her, and it'll be beneficial for us as well to document it and look back on. But I will say we probably won't be doing a very good job of filming because we'll be concentrating completely on her, so yeah, we'll see how it goes on the day.
We'll have Cooper in preschool, and then possibly your parents will take him, so then we'll basically be able to be with her the whole day and night as we need.
And then through the recovery as well, we've got help with Cooper and help with her, so yeah, we're just trying to mentally prepare ourselves more than anything now, I think. Well, I hope you've enjoyed the update and we will see you guys all on her surgery day. Cool. See you then. Bye.
Bye.